Hey guys, and welcome back to another Fat Thoughts, and today we're going to be looking at Katana Zero. So Katana Zero is a indie game, I think. I don't really know, to be honest. Like, the guy who made it, Soft, I think he's just like one guy or a few guys who made the game, and Devolver Digital published it, I think. You might have to look that up. Don't quote me on that at all. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about it because it's an indie game, and I don't really get many indie games. A lot of times I can guarantee right now, you'll go on the eShop and the first like 9-10 indie games on the page will be like side scrollers, and a lot of indie games do look relatively the same to me, which is one of the reasons I don't really pick them up very often. But this time, for some reason, it was like an impulse buy. I was like, that looks pretty cool, I'll get it. I actually remember seeing the video on the Nintendo YouTube page in my sub feed, and I saw the Zero logo in the corner of my eye, and I thought it was F-Zero, and I was like, hey, what's going on? What's going on here? Obviously, it wasn't F-Zero. It was this Katana Zero game, and I was like, oh well, you know, it's caught my attention now, so I might as well look at it. And then I looked at it, and then all the people in the comments were like, this looks great, and the trailer really did sell me. It was this really stylistic hack and slash platformer sort of game, and the music really carried it for me as well. That's one of the main reasons why I wanted to pick it up, because it really reminded me of like the Hotline Miami sort of style of music, and it was set in the sort of 80s drug crazy era, and you're a samurai with a fucking sword, so what's not to like? And plus, I think I just got some extra money for Easter, so I was like, all right, I'll treat myself, you know, why not? So I ended up picking it up. It is £13 on the eShop, and without jumping the gun, I will say, I do think it's short, so you might not want to pay that amount of money for it unless you've got like one of those, you know, you got a discount with the Nintendo points you can get. But I do think it's worth it. I've got more than my money's worth. I've played through it around 3 times now. So like I said, you are a samurai, a nameless samurai dude with a sword, and you're at the start of the game. You're under instructions from this employer that rings you up, tells you just kill everyone in this factory. And then you go through the factory, you find the scientist, and then you find out that he's essentially already dead. And then the story sort of unravels in a very unconventional way, which is what the game's description says. It says unconventional storytelling, and it definitely is. You're like this samurai who has like constant nightmares and a weird perception of time. So sometimes, you know, you'll be in the middle of a conversation with someone, and then like you'll cut to another place in time, and it's very artsy. It's kind of like if you think of a film like, I think it's Memento by Christopher Nolan. The film starts off at the end, and then it keeps like resetting, and you find out more about how we got into the situation, sort of thing. That's unconventional storytelling. That's kind of what this reminds me of, in the sense of it's not like it's chronological, but it's not. It's kind of hard to explain, but the cutscenes in the story is kind of just as important as the gameplay, because there's like multiple dialogue branching paths and stuff like that. From what I understand, it doesn't like, there's not multiple endings or anything. It sort of leads up to the same conclusion, but you'll get along with certain characters and fall out of other characters because of it, and it's quite interesting. And because of that, you'll unlock certain stuff like I think there's an extra boss fight if you do if you go down a certain branch, and then you'll get yourself out of sticky situations or get yourself in sticky situations depending on what you say. I know there's one mission where you go into this hotel, and just before you're about to go into the hotel to kill all these guys, this receptionist has a conversation with you. And if you piss her off, after the stage is done, when you walk back through the reception, the police turn up and she sells you out. She says that you did it. But if you don't piss her off, then she just says, oh no, it's just one of our guests, and you get on your way. So you get yourself out of a little scuffle. There isn't anything really bigger like that. Like, it's not like you can skip an entire level or anything because of that, but it is something that's cool to know. And there's also little secrets here and there by doing certain stuff. So it's a short game, but it's definitely replayable. And I think one of the things I heard was from one of the reviewer was the game was too long, or some of the stages were too long, and they do go longer towards the end of the game. The stages do get a bit longer, but with how fast you can blaze through it, especially when you get good at the game, I do think I would have liked to see more or have some of the stages longer. And it's just so enjoyable because the level design is like top notch. It teaches you everything you need to know in like the first stage, and you can even skip a lot of the game because the dialogue options, you have like a little timer where, like, say like when they're speaking in their dialogue box, you have like an option to interrupt them, and that's one of the things that can piss characters off, is when you keep interrupting them. But it's also a way to skip past cutscenes almost, so if you just want to get straight to the gameplay, you can do that too. I will say what the best thing about this game for me though is the thing that sold me on it, which is the soundtrack, which is absolutely incredible. There's definitely some growers in there, but the main soundtrack, there's definitely some beats that straight away I was like, that's amazing, whereas the other ones are about to like grow on me, but it is a fantastic soundtrack. It's the only, I've got a couple game songs on my phone, but not like more than one of the same game, whereas I've got like half of the soundtrack on my phone for Katana Zero. It's very much, it's not as like action, balls to the wall, adrenaline pumping as like Hotline Miami, but it's a lot more nuanced, I think, if that's the word. And there are some definitely like really heavy tunes in there, like really do get your adrenaline pumping. And they fit very well to each level too. So say like there's one level where you're in a prison and you're tasked with killing this guy, and when you get in, you discover that the job's already been done, but you've been set up. So when you get to find this guy's body, the police are surrounding you, and if you do a certain dialogue option, you're tasked with only killing the guy in there. So you're not tasked with killing anyone else. If that's a thing, he says like collateral damage, and don't do any more collateral damage than you need to. So you have to sneak out of this prison where all these prison officers, these police officers are looking for you, and then the music with that is just absolutely incredible. I'm putting obviously some in the background now, so hopefully, I'd definitely go say listen to the soundtrack, but more importantly, definitely buy the game. I'd definitely buy the soundtrack if you can, to support the guys who made this game. But the only thing I will say that I found disappointing was probably the ending. It's not disappointingly like, oh, I'm not going to play this again, but it definitely did. It was like, oh, it's over. Like, just as the story starts picking up and you start finding out stuff about yourself, things start kicking off, the game's over, and you're like, oh. I think that's exactly my reaction. I just sort of looked at it and was like, oh, that's it, is it? So yeah, it was kind of weird. More importantly, in the credits, there's actually a ton of stuff that sets up for a sequel. So I reckon there will be a sequel to this game, but with how long, I know some indie games take to make, we probably won't be seeing it for another 2 or 3 years, which is a bit of a shame because this was a fantastic experience. It was just very brief, I suppose is the word. But those are my thoughts on Katana Zero, guys. A bit of a short one, but yeah, I definitely recommend the game, and I hope you go pick it up. There's also testing out my new mic as well, if you couldn't tell, but bought an excuse to do it because it was a fantastic game. So I definitely should go say pick it up. So with that, guys, I'll see you next time.